Welcome everyone to Manga Palate, the show where I, Pasticia Luna, here with my co-host Manga
Manga
Chef
Chef.
Isaiah.
Oh,
Yeah, go
I thought
on.
I was gonna
No,
say my
I
name.
like that. I like that you got super excited. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was so
yeah.
ready to say my name.
You're so ready. Yeah, no, I'm happy about that. Let's leave that in. That's fun. Are here to talk about whatever the fuck we happen to be reading or watching this week, and I already knew what I was gonna do from last week. So yeah, it's Pet Shop of Horrors. Oh boy, oh boy. How did you like this?
I wish I had more episodes. It doesn't feel complete,
Oh no, no.
but it's
It's a
definitely good
series. Yeah,
anime.
it's a series of vignettes, you know? It's an anthology, so there is a through line in the manga, like an overarching idea, like a thematic and also narrative thing that we can go through and follow idea what's the word? Sequentially. But for the actual way the thing pans out, it's mostly in like little stories, like little vignettes and stuff. So when it came to doing the OVA thing, where they gave it like 4 episodes, they were like, let's just pick 4 good ones and roll out. So yeah, Pet Shop of Horrors started on March 2nd of 1999 and ended March 23rd of 1999 because, 4 episodes. What you expect? Pretty average length for a TV show, 22 minutes, after before ads and all that crap. And it's based on a Josei manga, literally named Pet Shop of Horrors. By the way, Pet Shop of Horrors, 10 volumes, 40 chapters, or 41, I think, if we're counting the epilogue thingy. Um, and that's kind of it. There's 2 dudes, and then there's a bunch of other people who are pretty much inconsequential after their episodes. So there's one of them is only referred to as Count D. That's it. Never explains if D is short for something or like where the count thing is explained in the manga. Show has nothing to do with it. He's voiced by Toshihiko Seki, who was Musan Ranma, Sanzone, Sayuki Reload, and for the Gundam nerds out there, Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing. Yeah, everybody loves the braid. And this is kind of for me. I want to say this. There is a lot of gay stuff about Duo. And what entertains me about that is that Pet Shop of Horrors is one of the first things I read with a very obvious, not super subtle homo romantic subtext for like most of it, with the other guy, Leon Orcott, voiced by Masaya Onosaka, who was Karaberos on Cardcaptor Sakura, the little buddy, Sendo on fucking on Hajime no Ippo. He was Zelos in the anime of Tales of Symphonia. I'm also kind of sure he did the game. This is dumb, but Don Patch, yeah, yeah. Who doesn't love Don Patch? Who doesn't love blah 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 blah? Blah? That's hard to say fast, but you know. And also, he was on Hitalia as France. So this man got work. This man gets work. And I know you said that there was one more person you wanted to mention. Go ahead.
Luis, the one of the side
In this,
characters in
in
one of
this
the episodes.
despair, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one with the mermaid.
Well, yeah, yeah. Oh boy, is it weird to just say that. You know, the one with the mermaid. I'm sorry, what? You give it a sec. But yeah, Louise, what?
Um, she was Miki Ito. She's voiced by Miki Ito.
That name sounds familiar.
She did a lot of stuff. She just worked from like 1985 and kept going till now.
Okay. Well,
And now
kind of
she's doing
things
like
off the top.
so. She did Dragon Ball Z. She was Android 18.
Okay.
Um, she
What
was in
else?
Detective Conan.
As
Um, Ariachi.
boy, you don't.
I don't know.
You're not sure about that, are you?
I'm not sure if I pronounced that.
Okay.
She was in Hellgirl,
Oh, cool. Was it like one of those
Shuffle,
one-time gimmick? Oh, cool.
2005. She was Kiko Yasuda. Yeah, I think it was a one-time young girl.
Yeah. Keiko Yasuda, I guess, is what
Eh,
you're trying to say.
yeah, and Asa Shirgi and Shuffle. I'm not sure.
Okay. How do you spell that? Oh,
Shigure.
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 Yeah, okay. I
She was
fuck.
Persona for the animation.
Oh, really?
She was Eri Monami.
Manami?
She was in World God Only Knows.
She was in Kami no Mi.
She was Okada.
God, it's hard for me to understand who you're talking about because you can't pronounce the names right.
O-
Like I'm kind of confused. I'm like, wait, was there a person named that? And then I'm trying to like correct it in my head and go like, no, is this what he meant? Fuck. I'm gonna guess he meant Okada.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. This is fun. This is its own kind of game for me.
Um.
Okada.
Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff. She kept doing Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah.
And yeah.
Okada is what's her face? Uh shit. Oh my god, Kanon. Kanon Nakagawa? That's her manager.
hmm
So that okay. Okay, yeah.
So she did like a lot of side roles, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, for the most part. Okay. That's interesting that she's been working for that long.
hmm
But yeah. So Manga Shepherd set up the idea of Pet Shop of Horrors before we actually start talking about what the fuck it is. Just the brief overview.
Okay. I don't think it's that hard to explain.
It's not.
So
I liken it to the Twilight Zone for that reason.
I'll say it like they do in the anime. In Chinatown, there's a pet shop where everyone gets what they desire. Yeah,
What are the three things he sells?
pets.
No, no. When people go like, I bet you're doing this, he goes, I sell, and he says three things every single time.
Oh, was it like love,
Yeah,
compassion,
no,
um, happiness, something
no,
like that?
close. It's dreams, love, and hope.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I love it. I love him so much.
And when people buy these pets, they end up looking like humans. Well, at least the episodes I watched so far.
Oh no, that's pretty much every single one. Yeah,
Okay. But they look like someone who like just left them recently or just died.
it's just a person. The person is relative to what their experience is. So one guy, it's his dead wife. Another guy, it's a woman. One guy, it's a child. Like he gets a little girl, and he goes like, "I'm gonna be your dad now." Like and he never had a daughter or anything. It's just, I'll get into it after the fact. The point is, it's always just a person.
And somehow they always end up. Oh, there's this contract when he sells them the animals,
He gives you three rules.
but they're not always the same.
Well, no, it's just three rules to taking care of the animal.
Yeah. And like one was like don't feed it anything that's not carrots and vegetables.
Well, vegetables and water. So like no soda, no tea, no nothing. Just vegetables and water.
Yeah. And it ends up like killing the person that brought it
Oh, it's a whole thing.
because the animals are
So
monsters.
So okay, so here's the thing. Pet Shop of Horrors is a bunch of vignettes that are intern morality plays, or just very long thematic winding things. So it's like, so there's four OVAs, right? There's Daughter, Despair, Duel, and what's the other one? It's Daughter, Despair, Duel, and what?
Um, power.
No, Duel is the last one where they do the fucking
Predator.
yeah. So the first one was Daughter, and then it was Despair, and then it was Duel, and then there's the one with the Medusa. What I can't remember right now. What's it called? Um, shit. Because Despair is the mermaid, right? Right. No, Despair is is the fucking Despair is the Medusa. Daughter is the rabbit, and then Duel is the other one. And fuck, now what was the Medusa one? That's what I can't remember. I mean, now what was the water one? That one I can't remember.
I feel
Is
like
it
that. No, you're right. The sphere was the Medusa.
Medusa? Yeah. So then, what's the other one? The one with the fucking fish, the mermaid.
I don't know.
Mm, damn it. I'm a little bothered by that because there's only four. It shouldn't be too hard to remember, but I'm more focused on the fucking um manga than I am on the delicious. It's delicious.
Oh
They
yeah.
were all D words. They're all D words, which you would think maybe that has something to do with the no, 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 no. In the manga, there's a lot of. I don't think there's all of them are D words in the manga, but the point is the same. Uh, I think it's really good. Honestly, it's fun. But yeah, so there's just little vignettes. So one of them is like a rich couple lost their daughter, and then he sells them a rabbit that looks like their daughter, gives them rules like don't feed the rabbit this, don't do that. And then in the end, the mom gives the rabbit candy, like a cookie, and he's like, you weren't supposed to do that. And it punishes them for breaking the rule. And then it also reveals that their daughter died because the mother just kind of spoiled her and let her do whatever she wanted. So she ended up addicted to drugs and shit, and just died while in jail because she had killed people.
This rabbit was an allegory for your daughter.
Oh yeah. Uh, I also have this to say.
What?
Um, there's a discrepancy that because I was rereading the manga and I watched the OVA. I forgot in the OVA, like fucking D is just at the house, like he's ready to deal with the rabbits. In the manga, the rabbits like left the house and almost started destroying the town.
Oh,
Like actually, like the police show up with guns to put
shooting the
down the
rabbits.
rabbits. Yeah.
Wait, so they were just killing everybody?
Well, no, they were escaping from the area, and like one of them had attacked a kid because the kid like fed it chips, and then the rabbit
Uh,
went ape and like wanted all the chips. So then people started running away, and then they called the cops, and the cops showed up. And then once the cops were there, Count D shows up, and then Leon like grabs Count D by the wrist. He goes like, "What the fuck did you do? You sold him something weird, didn't you?" And he's like, "I just gave him a rabbit. You have to relax. You're hurting me." And he goes like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "Huh? It started with that from the beginning. I forgot about that. It's weird, I guess. Like there's a weird I don't know. At a certain point, I don't feel like it can be subtext, you know?
their
Because
relationship.
subtext implies it's not overt, you know?
Yeah, it was pretty
Subtext
overt.
subtext implies that like if you look at it the right way, you can tell. Like in Othello, or no, not Othello. What Uh, is it Gladiator? Is it shit? It's that movie with Charlton Heston from the '60s where people almost died doing the stupid chariot. Ben-Hur. Okay, in Ben-Hur, there's a subtext to the villain being in love with the protagonist. It's not always there, but if you look at it the right way, you can tell. And like the actor actually said, "Oh yeah, no, I played the villain as if he was in love with Ben Hur." So then, like a lot of the anger, it comes from heartbreak also. But like with Pet Shop of Horrors, like it, there's okay, all right. So I was rereading the manga, right? I told you about this. I remembered it being vaguely gay when I was younger. I remember thinking like, "Oh, you can just do that. Oh, cool. This is so much more interesting now." Because there's like a weird counterbalance to the way they act. But then, like, rereading the manga, I'm like, wow, it's not even kind of subtle. Like, the second volume has a chapter where, like, there's a fucking, there's like an egg in a box, right? And then, like, Count D is like, oh, you have to be really, I want to be really careful about the egg. He's like, why? Because the egg is actually like a dragon. It's going to hatch soon. And it's like, and Leon, and like somebody stole the egg and he has to go get the egg back. And then Leon like chases him because he's like, he thinks he's going to attack the people or like do something crazy illegal over the egg. It's like, maybe they're holding like a secret jewel or whatever. And then like, there's a part where Leon like has the egg in the box. And like, Count D goes like, please, you have to be careful with this. Like, how about I smash this fucking thing right now? Because he doesn't know what it is, I guess. And like Count D just starts crying and goes, "Please, you have to be gentle with it. It's barely been born." And then like Leon just backs down and is like, fine." And then like he gives him the fucking egg. And then people come back for the egg, and then he throws the egg into the air, and he's like, "Fuck it, it's gonna hatch, right? Go for it!" And then it turns into a giant, beautiful three-headed dragon. The manga is really pretty. Can I just say that? It's like gorgeous. I love it. Even the viscera and gore of all the horrible shit is in its own way kind of artsy and interesting looking. So when the dragon shows up, it's fucking gorgeous, and it's like a two-page spread, and it flies off into the distance, and then it like dissipates. And then like Count D and Leon are talking about it, and then like he goes like, "What the fuck was that?" He goes like, "It was a dragon. It only hatches blah 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 blah." And it has three heads. It takes on some of the characteristics of the people that held it, so it'll always be connected to you in your heart. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's like I'm the dad and you're the mom." And he goes like, "That wasn't a real thing. Fuck you. I didn't really see that.
He said,
I'm
"I'm the
on
dad, you're the
drugs
mom."
or something." Yeah, yeah. Count D literally says like it's like I'm his father and you're his mother. So isn't that sweet? And then Leon's like, "I didn't really see that. That's not real. I'm like on drugs or something. I don't know what the fuck you did to me." And it's like, "No, that was like a real dragon. Shut up." You
Leon
can
always
pretend
goes
it
back to
was a
drugs.
dragon.
It's funny.
Yeah, well, it always goes back to drugs for him. I can't remember who it is, but like someone comes in and goes like, "Is this an opium den?" And then it's like, "No, I just sell animals." It's like, "Okay, this looks like an opium den though." It's amazing. And yeah, so they're all morality plays sort of. The first one is about like the rabbit just being a replacement of the daughter. The second one is the idol who died and was married to a guy, and then like he feels guilty about it, and then and then Count D says, "I'll sell you this fish," and it's a mermaid, and it looks exactly like his dead wife.
Or wife to be. Oh, sure. His
Yeah, they
fiance.
were engaged, right? They
Yeah.
weren't married yet, but yeah. So that it's just sort of at first it's like, well, she like fell off, and no one ever saw her again, and then like the further you go into it, you're like, oh no, the guy Jason was like cheating on her. And then Ava saw him cheating on her and was like, "Fuck you. You don't even really love me." It's like, I mean, like, and then she fucking threw herself off the boat.
Yeah.
It's
You know what's weird about that? Just like a side thing. The way she threw herself off.
with her back.
Yeah. That always
Yeah.
weird me out.
It's funny. To me, I always think of like villains who are like, "You didn't win," and like do the suicide thing, but I've never, and it makes me think of like, what's his face? Shit. There's a guy in JoJo that like there he fights in the water and like he back dives into the water the same way. It's the guy who has deep blue sea or deep blue moon. Captain Tennille. That's it. That's it. It's from part three. He also like throws himself backwards into the water. I don't get it. I guess it was just to go fuck yourself. But I'm amazed that she did it back. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's more cinematic than is probably realistic.
Yeah, just to make it slow motion.
So how do you love the fucking like the fish reveal?
It was always weird.
It's radical, isn't it?
Like, oh, it's just a fish. I
Yeah.
didn't like a mermaid.
No, no. Only they see it as they want to see it. It's not actually that.
It has the hand of the fiance.
Doesn't really though. It's just a fish.
No, it has like the
Oh,
hand is
it
in
ate
its
her.
mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ate her. Well, that's because it ate her when she died.
Yeah.
She like drowned in the ocean and it ate her, and then County gave him the fish.
So that makes me think, was he seeing, did he not realize that it was just like
No,
a fish the
no,
whole time?
no, no. That's not.
Jeez.
That's how it works. You see it as whatever you want to see it. It's just an animal, but you see it as whatever it is that like because it's he remember he sells dreams, love, and hope. So it's what you want. It's not the Alice from the first one is literally a rabbit. It's just a
Yeah.
rabbit. They saw a little girl, but it's a rabbit.
But he like hugged the fish. And the
Yeah,
fish was just like,
it's a
okay.
giant fish.
And
I know it's weird.
it's
That's
saying
kind of the
too.
point. Yeah, Well, I mean, I think it intentionally took him down. But like, and I mean, the third one is just a little lizard,
Yeah, not Medusa.
not Medusa.
But how do you unwrap? Well, okay. I guess they're super hypnotized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not hypnotism. It's weird fucking Chinese ancient magic, and I'm telling you this right now because, all right. So you know how they never explain what the fuck Count D is, and he has weird heterochromia and all that shit, right?
Is he Dracula?
No, it's way dumber than that.
Are you talking about the eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
heterochromia means two colored eyes.
yeah.
But I mean, what I mean is, you know how it's like, oh wow, he seems to be like not human exactly, but I don't know what he is, right?
And he's gay.
No and yes. There is no real answer to that.
uh, okay.
Okay, so check this out. In the manga, you meet Dee's father and his grandfather, and they look exactly like him, like identical. The only difference is their eyes, which in a black and white manga isn't very fucking obvious.
I have to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like D in the manga has one gold eye and one purple eye, versus in the OVA, I think his other eye is green.
Yeah, it was bluish greenish.
Yeah. Okay. So he has a gold eye and a purple eye. His dad has two purple eyes, and his grandfather has two gold eyes.
Is
But
he both?
other than that, they're pretty much the same thing.
He's not both of them, is he?
No?
Oh.
Okay, you want to hear something fucking nuts? You see that weird little bat mouse thing?
Mhm.
That's actually his grandpa.
Uh. So he is like Dracula.
No. No, he's not. Because Dracula's a vampire. Count D, his father, and everything else, and his grandfather are all strict vegetarians. So here's the thing. They're part of like a weird like extension of like humans that are like closer to gods that are like the last of an ancient Chinese civilization. So it's like
Sure.
in ancient China. No, I'm telling you, this is what it is.
All
You
right.
don't find this out till the last volume of the first run. So like, just shut up. So it's so there's a fucking weird ancient China. I think it's like the Qin Dynasty or something. So ancient China, there's like a group of people that are like magic. So it's like the Pillar Men, right? You know how in part two there's like humans and then Pillar Men.
Mhm.
Okay, it's like that. So the Pillar Men, or rather these weird like ancient Chinese wizards, are like there, and then they're like all of their people are like priests or priestesses or wise men or whatever. And then one of the like a very high ranking person in like the Chinese dynasty asks one of the priestess like to marry me, and she goes no, and he ordered a genocide of their people.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
And what? Yeah, you don't love me, I'm gonna kill your family. Fuck you.
And everyone else.
I love that. I love that. I'm gonna kill your family. I'm gonna kill everybody even tangentially related to your family. God, like you put it. Yeah, I know it's stupid, but like, yeah, when you put it out there, like that sounds even funnier. Like, what a horrible reaction. You don't. Hey, do you want to get married? No.
Oh, fuck. You.
I'm gonna destroy all France. Like, that's so funny. Yeah, yeah. It's so weird, but so that's what happens. And one person survives. And then using the weird Chinese magic that he has, he cloned himself, sorta. And that's the family line that led down to Discount D.
Oh, wait, if he
That's
cloned himself, how are they?
it's
Yeah.
not literal cloning, it's like magic.
And you just consider them like grandfather because it was like the first clone or something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Original.
it's been a bunch of people. Cuz this is like weird like third like I don't even want to say 13th century. I want to say like older than that. Like actually as old as the Qin dynasty. So like how long ago was that? Was that like 206 BC?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like that old. And
okay.
yeah, and they're like spiritually connected to the land and whatnot and all that kind of shit. But yeah, and then that guy was was sort of the original Count D. And he's like, I will get revenge on humans for what they did to my family.
Humans.
Well, like I said, they're not exactly human. It's like Pillar
Oh.
versus human. They're
Oh,
like
okay, fine.
Chinese magic thing.
But shouldn't he focus his anger on the one person?
No, no, no. All of humanity deserves. It's an equally stupid response. Like this girl doesn't want to date me. I'm gonna kill everyone, and then it's like he killed that guy. Killed everyone. I will kill all of his people. Like it was an equal turnaround. So what's funny about that is that Dee's grandpa doesn't give a shit, but his dad was super in on the revenge. His dad was all about the revenge against humanity.
The clone, right?
They're all clones.
But they don't have the same ideas.
No, no, they're different people despite being clones. That's what I mean. They're not exactly clones because clones should be identical, right?
Hmm.
But they're not because it's like a weird magic thing. So it's more like an aphid. You know how like aphids are born pregnant and then like have a child eventually?
Hmm.
Like that, except it's like a genetic copy, more or less. It's not exactly identical, but it's as close as it can get. That's what I mean by like they look the same, except their eyes are different. Because it's like weird magic stuff. It's not actually like fucking actual cloning. But
Alright,
yeah,
I'll just
so
go
like,
along with it.
so Dee's grandpa doesn't really give a shit. He's like, life is life, so what are you really gonna do? All that we can do is protect nature and shit like that. And then Dee's dad was like, no, fuck humans. They're destroying the environment, and so many animals are extinct now, and they killed so many of our people. Fuck that. And then Dee existed, and he's like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm gonna take care of the animals, and that's
From
kind of it.
the. Are they from like ancient China or something?
That's what I said. Yeah,
Oh.
that's why they wear like the kipao and all that other like old and all their building is like a weird sort of like super hard Chinese architecture.
It has the big vase.
Yeah, that giant. That I can't tell what was supposed to be in it.
He
Like what's
just had it.
or is it just a thing that's there?
I think it was just a thing.
That's just thinking. Yeah. And then by the end of the first run, or maybe it was the second one, I can't remember. But then there's another one that's like also kind of just he has the same hair and everything, but his eyes are probably different. You can't tell because it's a fucking black and white manga. But yeah. And also, in the manga, like I said, there's sort of an overarching idea because it's like Leon is constantly annoying County, but then they're close and they're like friendly. And then Leon has a little brother, Chris, who comes to live with him. And Chris is like a mute because of some raw shit that happened when he was a kid. And slowly but surely, but while making friends with the animals that live at Dee's place, that he sees as people, like his brother just sees animals, but he sees them as people, like kids and shit. And then he like helps reconcile with the person who made him mute and like getting over his parents' death and stuff. So yeah, there's some shit going on there.
Jeez.
So there's like a vague overarching story. Like there's a character, right? That's in this chapter where there's like a Chinese chef that's like or was he a Chinese chef? I can't remember. But he was like the chef of a restaurant that he liked to go to eat. And then it seemed even gayer than like it was already kind of gay with Leon, like the way they're like very gentle and handholdy with each other. But this guy like constantly looked like he was gonna lick Dee's neck or something. And then it's like, oh hey, did you hear there's a bunch of people who are like getting organs torn out of their body? It's like, man, that's fucking nuts. And then the guy shows up, and then he fucking he drugs Count D and is like about to fucking eat him as he turns into a monster. And it's like, oh, so he's not like a weird rapist. He's an actual monster. Okay. And then Leon and the cops show up, and it's fucking, and then he becomes the stupid like monster thing. But now he's already been captured as the monster thing by Count D because he got suckered up. So now he becomes like what he's supposed to be, which is a totetsu, which is like a stupid magic animal. It's like the head of a person, the body of a sheep, the horns of goats, teeth like tiger, animal like man hands, except he has like little tiger hands. And yeah, and then like after that, every time he shows up, he's just like a little goat thing with hooves. And I remember like Leon goes, "Hey, what the fuck is this thing? I've never seen it before. What is it, like a weird sheep? And Diego's like, oh, don't worry about it. And it's like that was gonna eat him. What?
No, it's just a bit.
And now it's just a pet. Except, like I said, Chris's brother sees them as people, so he sees him as like a tall, ripped dude with messy hair and goat horns. And his clothes look vaguely like Middle Eastern. I don't know. It's weird. Not like now. I mean like 14th century Middle Eastern. It's weird. So yeah, I mean, that's not even getting into each of the individual chapters that I would love to talk about. Like that time that a guy had a little pet cat that was a little girl that like gave him magic luck. And it was like, I'm your dad now. You know what? You need a mom. And then he went to go find them like hit on women to get a mom. And then that didn't work out. And she was sad because he left her alone. And then like County was like, one of the rules was you're not supposed to let her cry. And he's like, fuck. And he's like, where is she anyway? Like I actually more care about where she is than anything else. And he's like, if you want to know, then you're gonna have to gamble with me. And then like he loses all his money and he goes like, well, you know what's more important? And then he shows him a cat and he goes like, that cat, her eyes. And then he gives her the cat and he goes like, that's okay, little kitty. I remember you. You were lost in the rain. You're my little kitty now. And then he goes looks at her and like part of him goes like, is that lady? Is that the name of the little girl? Because it's the name of the little girl. It's dumb. I loved it. It's dumb. And then he's like happy with the cat, even though he's broke again.
Uh, I guess they all don't end up dead,
Well, he's not dead, you know. Like,
but he
if,
lost everything.
yeah, he lost all his money, but the point was the money wasn't going to make him happy. I told you, it's like a morality play. Like you present a case, and then by the end of it, you have to like take a stance on it. That's why I like to think of it as very specific Twilight Zone. Because Twilight Zone was always shit like that. Twilight Zone had like episodes where it was like, oh, this guy, all he really wants is to be left alone because he's busy and he's nervous and he hates everybody. But so he like ends up locked in a safe, and a nuclear bomb goes off, everybody fucking dies, and he just relishes in the fact that everyone's dead. And it's like, oh wow, so he was a huge asshole, and he's now free to be a huge asshole. And then like he goes like, I can finally read books, and he goes to the library, and his glasses fall and they're broken. And he's like, I had time, and he like cries into his hands. And it's like, oh, I get it now. That's weird, but I get it now. Fine. Or like that episode that's like about a guy who abuses his wife and his daughter, and then like the girl gets a doll that is like possessed sorta, and it keeps fucking with him until he finally dies falling down the stairs. And it's like see? That's what you get. Like that. It's like that continually. And then there's like happy versions of that in the Twilight Zone. Like where I can't remember what it was called. I think it was actually called like The Last Man on Earth or something. But there's an episode where it's like a guy is fucking nuclear bomb goes off. He's alive. He's just walking around, and he runs into like a Russian soldier, like a woman. Yeah, because like Russia allowed women to be part of the military like way earlier than other countries. Because like fuck it, if you want to go die, go die. I mean, please. No numbers are our benefit here. But yeah, so he runs into a female Russian soldier, and then like they can't speak to each other because one of them speaks English, the other one speaks Russian. What the fuck are you gonna do? What are we gonna do about this? But yeah, so like he's like vaguely attempting to make it clear that he doesn't really want to fight or anything because he's like, what's the point? Everything's been destroyed. And at first she goes along with it, and then there's a part where she like looks at propaganda posters like while in a store while like trying to take some of the clothes, and he comes back out like reignited by like the horrible propaganda posters that like demonized her people. So she shoots at him, and he goes, you know what? I don't fucking care. Just leave me alone. I'm not gonna shoot you. I don't want to shoot you. I'm out. And he like leaves, and he doesn't see her, and it's like him being lonely and shit. And he's just like all fucked up. And then she comes back and like, well, she peeks her head like over a wall and goes like, "What do you want? Get the fuck out of here! I don't want to fight. I don't want to go through war anymore. This is all pointless. Everyone's dead. What do I get out of this? You know, I don't care." And then she steps out and she's wearing the dress that they had found earlier. And he goes like, oh, I get it now. And then they just like walk off. And it's like a sweet, romantic, touching moment. It's like, you know what? Once everything's all gone, it doesn't really fucking matter anymore where you're from or who you represent or, you know, all that shit. All that matters is that we're all people. So, like, Pet Shop of Horrors reminds me of that. Where it's like that, except it's always related to animals. But other than that, it's like it's super specific morality plays. And that's what I like so much about it.
I didn't. Well, the ending of the mermaid one didn't really fit. Then it was just like, oh, I get to be with my.
It's because he couldn't let go. So his death was the result of him being unable to let go of the thing that he did.
But it looks like he wanted it, right?
Yeah, but the point is he didn't let go, so that's what he gets. He's dead. In the end, it's like
It's not really a punishment though.
it doesn't have to be though.
Uh,
That's what I mean by some of them are happy and some of them are sad. The point is just like the resolution of that emotional arc. And that's what I mean by like the other one is like it ended on a happy note. It doesn't have to end sad. It doesn't necessarily have to be a punishment. What he gets is the full circle back. And him dying is in its own way a form of punishment. He just died in the arms of a monster that didn't actually give a shit about him. So in essence, what happened is like he died because he couldn't let go of the girl that he didn't actually fucking love. But yeah, so in the end, the death was just what do you call it? Karmic resolution. It doesn't have to be bad. It just has to be like a tie off, and that's my point. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Yeah.
Just something wrapped up.
Yeah. Like Duel didn't end on a sour note, did it?
No.
The guy got everything. He's gonna be president. He goes like, what I really wanted was her love, and then the fucking stupid, oh god damn it, Keating, right? Keating, the stupid like fire horse dragon thing. Like Keating goes like, you who are of noble heart, you deserve your wish granted, not that other guy. So what do you want? He goes like, I kind of want Roger to live, but honestly, what I really want is blah. And now he gets all of it. You know? Because in the end, he was.
But he's just Roger now.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter
Yeah.
because everything else has been like lived up to. He gets to be with the woman that he's in love. He gets to fucking like, he gets to do what Roger said he was gonna do. It probably wasn't gonna do, save the world and shit. You know? That's what I mean.
But he's not himself. I don't know. I think it's the happiest ending.
Is that a real loss? I don't think that's anything. I don't think that means anything, because him not being himself physically doesn't change like his life his life goal being fulfilled. You know, it's not like you're an amazing musician, but you're deaf, so you'll never hear it. Or like the guy who was like, I can read. Oh no, I'm all alone. I can read now. And my glasses broke. It's more like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's bittersweet because it's everything he wanted. In order for it to be bittersweet, it has to be he didn't get exactly what he wanted, but there's something there. Like I said, like the guy with the cat. Like, yeah, he lost all the money, but I mean, now he'll find redemption through being able to love another person like that.
Oh.
Like, that's much closer to bittersweet. That guy literally got everything he wanted. He's married to the girl he likes. She'll like him. He'll have kids. He'll be president. Fucking everything is A-okay. Yeah, who cares if Roger died? He was a monster. He's a scumbag. That's what I mean.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say?
Honestly, I could just keep going on about the stupid, weird homoeroticism for a while. Cause, boy, is it more present than I remember. Like when he gives him he brings him like cake and stuff to get like, hey, so tell me, Tell me what I need to know. He's like, I don't fucking feel like telling you anything. Check this out. Oh, it's a cake. And there's like times where they just sit and share tea, and they're like not even really fucking talking about a case or anything. They're just having polite conversation. I really do like the look of the manga, by the way. Like, boy, does a lady who draw this really, really, really draw pretty.
Oh, it was a lady. Uh,
Yeah, it's,
uh,
Josei manga is almost always women because it's written for adult women by adult women.
uh.
You, I usually recognize it by the art style because some of them have so much similarity to each other. The sharp contours and like weirdly flowery backgrounds really make me think of other Josei manga I've read, like Kimi wa Petto. But yeah, I uh, I do like it a lot. It's fun.
I like the jazz part. Like,
Oh, you mean the background music?
I
The
guess
weird.
the opening song, but yeah, the background music.
You mean the weird noir background music that's like super hard jazz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to like fit in with the idea of like weird, seedy underground detective work that like Leon has, and it's also like very mournful, like during the mermaid thing. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. I'm personally fascinated by the ending theme. Like,
It sounded like a visual caveman.
it is. It's Lego Girl, or I think maybe it's Lego Yell. I'm not entirely sure. But they were like a trio that did like mostly pop music, and then every once in a while they did stuff like that. I was like, huh, that's not. Didn't expect that. It's
Well,
very.
I thought they were doing a thing like, oh, there's a pretty guy in our anime. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. Let's just get like visual cave people.
It's very mournful, like with all the synths and shit. That's what I liked about it. It's it's really interesting. I think it's a really interesting idea. It's funny though. A lot of people who I've seen talk about it have gone like, if you just see the anime, it's cool. If you read the manga, you're like, fuck, there's so much more to do. It's like, yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? All we got was 4 episodes. I guess you could go to Holic. Holic is like the same thing, except it's a weirdly straight. It's a straight romance thing. No, I also need it to be gay. Well, I can't fucking help you there, can I? Mushishi, I guess, or I don't know. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Holic also has weird sort of gay undertones between that guy and that. Yeah, but it's not like this. It's not. It is not. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say.
Another
Without
thing I
without
liked was
without gone.
uh, so when his coworker, I forgot her name.
Jill.
Yeah, Jill. She was like, oh, remember, in Chinatown they have Shakespeare rules. We want to push. You should pull. And then he was gonna about to lose his shit when he was talking to Count D. And he was like, oh wait, I should pull back. And then he's like, I have some sweets for you. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
like, yeah, the gay undertones are.
They're there.
This
They're
is what
not
was
as
making me laugh.
they're not as present as they are in the manga, which like made me go like, wow, I forgot how like that was there all the time. Because I remember the first time I read this, I hadn't really seen much of that kind of stuff presented in manga, like homoerotic undertones and relationships and stuff like that. And I was like, after this, I was like, that was really fun and interesting. I want to find more shit like this. And then I went down the shonen eye hole, and I never left it. That's why I'm down with the Fujos.
Down with the Fujis.
Yeah. Boy, I should get a shirt that says I am down with the Fujos. That's kind of a fun idea now that I think about it. Like I could write the fucking characters for Fujoshi and just like go like I am down with and then like Fujoshi. Like ask me about lucky number 13 in Castle Mango. uh, but yeah, it's I like it a lot. And I'm happy that I was able to come back to this. I haven't read it in a while. The second one, the sequel series, Shin Pet Shop of Horrors, is not as fun. It's also really short.
Because of the new count.
Oh no, it's not a new account. It's just like the setting Isn't he? Well, okay. You want to fucking know what happens at the end of this run? Do you want to know?
Didn't you tell me his father comes back?
No, 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 no. The last thing that happens.
What
The
happened?
actual. Okay, check this shit out. All right. So Leon like goes to see County because County says he's leaving, and he goes like, "What the fuck does that mean?" No, hey, you can't go. And then the pet shop gets connected to a giant air balloon, rips out of the ground, and flies away on magic.
That's
Yeah,
permitted to leave the country.
yeah, it
Uh,
is amazing.
so wait, he doesn't go out with Leon, or Leon never confesses his feelings?
Oh, I love that you said confesses his feelings. Like that's where this was. No, no, he
I
just
thought it was
leaves.
going there.
Oh no, no, it's just kind of there. It's not really there. It's just kind of there. Their interaction makes you think that's where this is going, but it never actually does.
Because he's like the only cop that's obsessed with the pet shop.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the chief of police has a dog from there.
No, there's that guy with the penguin, the
Oh
mayor.
yeah.
He goes like, hey, what's going on, mayor? I need to. And then it's Count D in the chair. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then the mayor comes over. And is like, hey, Count D, I'm super happy about this. And he's holding like a fucking rock hopper penguin. He's like, hey, Mister Penguin. And he goes like, what the fuck is this? He's like, oh, he likes to come to the shop and hang out with Mister Penguin. Like, the fuck is this? What do you mean, Mister Penguin? It's just the thing. The thing. Lots of people are in on the pet shop. It's not just you. Fantastic. So yeah, you good?
Yeah. It was pretty short, but I didn't read the manga, so.
Only a 4 episode OVA, and honestly, I think I would just end up spending 40 minutes talking about the homoerotic undertones. So like, I think I've said enough to like, if you're into it, you'll go see it.
You get
You'll
it.
go look. Yeah, you'll get it. That time that lady was hugging a corpse that was like decomposed, I was like, it's a whole thing. The point is, yeah, it's not. It's great. So, fucking food.
This is tricky.
It has to
It's
be something
vignettes,
sweet.
right?
It has to be
There's
something sweet, and there has to be a lot of it. Do you think this is the box of chocolates?
yes.
This is the
You're
box
right.
of
You're
chocolates,
completely
right?
right. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, a bunch of different things. Some of them are kind of bitter, some of them are really sweet, but they're all kind of like fulfilling.
Hmm.
And you get a bunch of them. This is the box of chocolates, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the box of chocolates. Wow, fucking nailed it. I like that. I was like, is this the box of chocolate? Yep. All right, done. Done on that one. Fucking case closed. And I don't mean Detective Conan. Detective Conan is uh, a zombie.
Still going on.
Still going on. Hey, what episode are we on?
I don't know.
Shit.
Oh wait. We're on
Okay, so next week is you, and then that's me. So that means yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, cool, cool. Did you know what you wanted to do for next week?
yes, oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Want to tell me? Want to say it on the show, or you want to wait till
Sure.
now? Okay, go.
Next week we're doing Death Note.
Oh, fuck!
The first season.
Fuck! Okay, okay, cool. So we're gonna leave it right before Nier and Mellow and... Okay, cool. I can do that. I can do that. Oh god, if you're gonna
You're
make me
about
do the
to.
whole thing, I was gonna hate you. I was gonna hate you so much. Oh, you know who that's gonna be great for?
Who?
My nephew. Because he's in on it right now. Way late, but in on it right now.
Yeah, it's
And I'm gonna see him today, so I'll ask him about it. I'll see how much he still likes it. Oh, baby's first weird anime. Here we go. Here we go. Fucking Death Note.
yeah. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this.
I mean, thank you for listening, and if you're still here, you get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
You get it. And thank you. Bye.